up for today. So the bulls are clearly in control and back in town. So let's just quickly look at the daily. We've got a massive daily pin bar here with a lot of buyers coming in, and we almost tagged this this level here to retest, which was 10.134. Actually, let me just make sure we've got that. Oh, we got it right. 10.127. Sorry. Oh boy, it just keeps moving. Let me just double check what's going on here. Not moving, I'm just not putting it on the right place. So I was right first time. 10.134. So 10.134 was the area of support that, excuse me, the area of support that we were looking at. Okay, I think it's probably safe to say that we need to put this inside tail in here as well. That was the zone, so that's 10.204, 10.200 is the area that we should have been looking at for any form of buyers step in, and the buyers did step in there. I think the reality of the situation at the moment is we've had a pretty down week well, from Monday all the way to yesterday, and then we've had this little bounce to the upside. What could hold it up? This area here where we closed, but I think we've pretty much closed above that at the moment. And what are we at the moment? Just have a look at what the DAX is doing right now. And give me a sec, just got to get the chart up quickly. Okay, and we are down 0.5% at the moment at 10.405. So that's pretty much fairly close to where we are at the moment. So obviously it rallied a bit and then came back. So fairly flat at the moment, in other words. Okay, so what do we need to watch for? I think one of the things we need to watch for here is this trend line break. Okay, so we're looking for a break of this trend line. So have a look here. We've got a trend line and we've got a horizontal support or resistance line, depends what happens at the open. But what I would expect to happen here is the price to either open in this area, maybe even slightly down, slightly up, doesn't really matter. What I'm looking for is it to find structure at this area of 10.434 and then build some sort of a consolidation or even break above it, come back and test it. That's going to give me an opportunity to be long. And definitely would be interested in taking that trade. Okay, so I just want to check on diversions, no diversions, but have a look at all my oscillators here with a pin bar off a level. I mean, that's a bullish setup if I've ever seen one. Okay, so for today, that's pretty much what I would expect. Now, before you start shouting at me, this is pretty much the setup of a V reversal, and V reversals are rare. So should we not be waiting for the second move down? Yes and no is pretty much the answer. So typically, if we had not ended up with this massive buying bar, bull bar through that level, and we ended up with this pin bar here, I would say yes. It looks like a rejection of that area. We want to see a pullback, either a double bottom form or we want to see some other structure form. I think for today, what you're going to probably find is you're going to move up to some area, and I'm picking the 150 EMA at the moment. We'll get some levels, clearer levels now, and then probably a pullback. That pullback could come a bit deeper to test this trend line. Okay, it could happen a little bit later on, and then that would give me my second move to the downside. Okay, so I think for now we need to see what happens at this area here. Okay, that's our line in the sand. So 10.436. I'm expecting it to sort of either open flat, slightly down, slightly up, somewhere around there. but to either reject this level or hold this level and start moving to the upside. What are the areas that I need to pay attention to? My next area of resistance is going to be 10,577. Okay, and then after that, we've got two fairly strong levels, which are right there. Okay, so first level is 10,577. Second level is 10,687. Third level is 10,764. So those are the areas that I'd be paying attention to, and at the same time, definitely pay attention to where the Fibonacci's are. So 50% Fibonacci is right here. So let's just put that in as well. And you can see there is a lot of interaction at the 50% Fibonacci here. 61.8 is just up here. I'm going to make this really messy now. Okay, so you see there's one inside tail and a bit of interaction at the 61.8. Right. Okay, so in other words, what I would be expecting is a move up into this area here. See the 150 EMA is here as well. So let's just delete that one and delete that one. Right. So what I would expect, some consolidation, a move into this area here of 10,577 and 10,610. Look at the moving averages. They are pointing to the downside, so we are in a downward trend. Look at my oscillators. Nothing really to write home about. And the one that I'll be watching now is the stochastics. I'm looking for a grouping up here. So if I get a grouping of the stochastics in this area here, I will definitely be drilling down to the 15-minute and watching to see what price is going to do at that area. Okay, so you can see here 15-minute on these levels, there was a buying opportunity, but it's in a downward trend. Moving averages are pointing down, so it's really just a scalp. And then you started getting some rejections here, another attempt at it, and then we broke through. And when we did break through quite violently. So I think that's pretty much the same setup I'm going to be looking at now on the 15-minute today. Is for as long as the moving averages are pointing up, and you see we've got a crossover, this trend is up, and I'm looking for opportunities to buy. Okay, moving averages cross over and point down, we're in a downward trend day, I'm looking to sell. And you can see the last 2 days have been a downward day, and then you had a downward day, but then the structure here is a double bottom. Okay, and my oscillator's grouping to the downside as well. Anyway, so that's kind of my plan for today on the DAX. Definitely going to be watching this. This area here is 10,600, so 10,577 and 10,610. That is the area that I would expect some kind of a retrace off, and it'll be a fairly deep retrace. And then the big question is what level is going to hold, and what you need to do. And do this on the 15 minutes if you're day trading today. Put your 15-minute levels in and watch those levels, see what happens at that structure, and either buy or look for the break to the downside and then sell with a stop above the structure. So you get structure like this. Okay, definitely not going to do it at the close of the day. You want to do it during the morning session. You can see closed up here, which was a fake out in a downward trend. Okay, and the minute you broke through here, I'm looking for the retest. There's a retest. I'm short, and there it comes. Okay, so this one alone was worth a 60-point stop loss for 278-point move to the downside. Okay, anyway, guys, that's kind of my view on this today. Get your levels in on the hour and watch the areas that I've given you now, because there's definitely going to be some fireworks at 10 in this 10,600 area. And whether it's just a short retrace to build a base and then a continuation, which is also possible. The last thing I want to do is just quickly have a look at the weekly confusion bar. So you can see, we've had a green pin bar, fairly bearish. Then we had a engulfing green bar, which was bullish. And now we've got a pretty big engulfing red bar, which is bearish. So big up, big down, big confusion. And we're not really, I suppose we could argue, we're sort of hovering on this 10859. So 10859 is the area that we need to get through. And if you look at the downside there, you can see that we've had 3 weekly touches here. So this has now pretty much become very strong support to 10251, provided we stay above it this week. So move up. This is just consolidation. Okay, so it's indecision, it's consolidation. You know, are we going to go up? Are we going to go down? And that's pretty much how you need to trade this at the moment. Don't assume that you're going to get higher than these 2 areas at the moment. So you can see they tried to get it lower here, but immediately buyer stepped in. There's a whole lot of weekly lows here. There's a whole lot of weekly highs around this area. Okay, so anyway, guys, that's it for me today on the DAX. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.